Hey, what is going on, everybody? Boilon here, and you might notice that there's something a little bit different about today, and that's because we're here on Marvel Snap. Now, we're going to be covering on this channel a little bit of this every now and then to kind of mix up the monotony that is Marvel Strike Force. So today we're going to be starting off with a bit of a beginner's guide video for those of you who are new to Marvel Snap. It has been out for, I believe, a couple of weeks now. We're just kind of getting through the Halloween events for that, but I want to kind of let you guys know the best ways that you can get your collection level up, kind of some early tips on what you should be doing with your cards in your deck, and some of the gameplay mechanics as well, just to kind of get you started on this. So if you are an advanced player, this probably isn't going to help you too much, but if you haven't gotten started or you're just getting started with the game, then I hope that it might. So, of course, everyone, and if you're new to the Boilon channel, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button to get more Marvel Snap, and as well, if you're coming from Marvel Strike Force, then you'll see some of that as well. So, without further ado, oh wait, if you're ready to go, let's boil this down. Okay, and so we're back here with Marvel Snap, and the first thing that we have to really cover is we need to talk about the game's interface. We need to talk about basically what there is and what you see here on the front cover. So obviously, this is basically when you load up the game, right? And so there's a couple of things when you start. There's up here in the top left corner here, there is the credits. These are what you're going to be using to upgrade your cards, which is going to increase your collection level. Now your collection level, or essentially your profile level, you know, is this number here in the middle. So you can see that I'm at 308. Now I can get more because I have more credits. Also, this here is your gold. This is your premium currency that you can use to do a variety of different things. We're going to talk about that. And of course, just by playing the game, you have your daily missions. Now I haven't claimed them yet. I'm going to do that now. But you can see here that you can get a total of 6 different missions. These are basically your daily content. Honestly, it doesn't take much more than like 30 minutes a day, depending on what they're asking you to do. But they're typically pretty simple. So you're going to claim them, and then you're going to get credits and season points. So that's what the red is. That's season points, and then you're going to get some credits, which you're going to use to upgrade those characters, like I mentioned. Now, there's also these event things that are going on right now, the symbiote invasion. So I've already done a lot of this, but these are going to be a little bit tougher missions that you can do if you want to get more season points, and I believe you get credits from that as well. This one's going to be unlocking later on tonight. And then as you clear these missions, you actually get rewards from the weekly challenges for every 5 daily missions that you accomplish. So you get a variety of stuff, credits, gold, and season pass. And of course, as you go up higher, you're getting more and more of this stuff for you to use. So that's great there. Tons of ways to reward you. It's honestly very free-to-play friendly, this game, from what I've seen so far. And then basically, as you get more of these collection levels, you're going to unlock cards. And so I'm up here. We're going to scroll all the way to the bottom, and we're going to talk about this because it's really important. Now you're going to get, you know, these cards unlocked. Now a lot of this happens in the tutorial. I think you get quite a bit of this in the beginning because you're kind of put up against AIs until you get to level 10, I think, something like that. And you can see the cards are unlocked, but they're actually unlocked in a random order. So this is what they call Pool 1 cards. This goes all the way up to, I believe, like level 208, something like that. And you can see the cards that I've unlocked, but the ones that you'll unlock at these levels are going to be different than me. It's completely randomized from those Pool 1 cards that you're going to get, which means that you leveling up is going to be different than someone else, which is kind of neat, because when you're going up against players, you know, you might have cards that they don't, and they might have cards that you don't. And you'll notice that when you play a card, or if they play a card and you haven't seen it yet, you get the special reveal that allows you to see what it does, and then you can see it in your roster page as well. So that's pretty cool there. So as you grow up in the collection levels, that you're going to unlock these cards in a randomized order all the way up to 208. Past that, you enter Pool 2, which is a different set of cards, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. So very cool, and of course how you level them up is by upgrading your cards. Now this doesn't make it stronger, and I want to stress that quite a bit. It doesn't make it stronger, it's just an aesthetic look to the border of the cards. We'll take a look in the roster as well. So you get the collection level increases as follows: +1, 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10 for these upgrades. And I'll kind of share with you exactly how you're going to do that, and I'll even show you a few of them. So let's do my you can see that I have a variety of different borders, and I have the boosters that you need to unlock. So you get boosters by playing, and let's do Forge, I guess, because I might upgrade them. So I have 66 boosters. How do you get boosters? You get boosters for playing with the cards. So the cards that you have in your deck are cards that you're going to get boosters for at the end of a match, depending on how long that match went on. So as you can see, I have 66, and for my next level, to get 4 collection levels, I need to spend 220 boosters. So I'm going to do that just now. But I do want to let people know that the best and most efficient way to level up in this game is not to do what I just did, although you might end up having to do that. But we're going to see here, and we're going to get those 4 levels, and I'm going to click, and I might unlock a card. Nope, I just get the 50 credits. The most efficient way for you to do this is to find the cards in your roster that you haven't touched yet. So the gray ones. Unfortunately, I can't upgrade this Agent 13, but there is this Blade card here because you're getting 25 credits for 1 level. And the credits is kind of the bottleneck. So I'm going to do this. But if you notice, to get the next upgrade, and we'll take a look once Blade finishes upgrading here, that it's going to cost more. It's going to cost 100 credits for 2 levels. So that's a difference of 4 times. So if you did the 25 for 1 level, 4 times, you get 4 levels. You get twice as many levels if I were to do this upgrade here. So I definitely recommend, especially in the early game, make sure that you're using your cards and you're getting those boosters to upgrade those in the beginning. That way you can maximize the amount of collection levels that you're getting to do this. And that's going to be the best way early on. Now at some point you're gonna have done that with most of your cards for the most part, and so you might have to dip into upgrading cards. Now what I personally recommend though is to find 1 card and just bump that up as much as you can. And the reason why I say 1 card is because once you upgrade to Infinity, which is the last level, you're going to get a split duplicate of the exact same card for you to do the same thing again. So you can pick 1 card to take to Infinity and then take another card to Infinity if you want. And basically it gives you a duplicate to level up again. And so it allows you to do that uncommon upgrade again for cheaper credit-wise. So you don't have to do this if you don't want to, but it is more efficient as far as credits to levels go to get you up a little bit quicker. That being said, I've only been playing for like a week, maybe just over a week or so, and I'm already like at level 315, sorry, and I can go up even more. So pretty crazy there. It doesn't take very long. In my opinion, I don't think that it does. And I think the cards cap out somewhere around the 600 level, so do keep that in mind as well. Now, what can you do with your gold, the premium currency of the gold? Well, you can buy variant cards of your most favorite characters, if you so wish. They range from 700 gold to 1200 gold. You know, this is your premium currency. This is essentially like $10, I think, for 700. Also, you do get a free credits down here in the shop, so do check that out every single day. I do not recommend spending your credits on these fast upgrades. You're going to end up spending more credits to get them upgraded than if you just played the game and got the boosters to upgrade them that way, and then just use the regular cost. So you can see here that for Deathlock, if I want a fast upgrade, it's 145 credits for 2 levels. Now, if you saw what I did earlier with Blade, that's only 100 credits to do the same thing. This is just if you want to buy the boosters and then spend the credits. So I don't personally recommend doing this. It's a bit of a waste because you're going to play the game anyways. And I don't actually find a reason to have to spend to buy gold. So this is a pretty free-to-play friendly game. Now, I did buy the season pass because I think there's some pretty good value in here, especially if you get on early. But as of making this video, of course, there's only 6 days left in the Symbiote Invasion. So you might not be able to get all of these levels for all the things that they're rewarding you for this. But definitely maybe check it out for the next season that'll be coming out just after this. So I think that's pretty cool as well. And very quickly, before we get into some actual gameplay, I want to kind of mention these photo collages here from Snap News. This actually, if you see down at the bottom here, that it does tell you which cards that you're going to get on Collection Pool 1, 2, and 3. I have the other photos here. So it's pretty cool. There's a lot of different cards here that are available. We'll get into more details when it comes to actual specific decks that you can use. I'll show you guys sort of what I'm using and what I kind of recommend for beginner players. But But yeah, this is basically your pool 1 cards, and this is from level 0 to 214. Now, there's quite a few here, of course. You can pause if you want, or check out in my Discord channel. I do have a Marvel Snap Discord channel for deck building that has these photos pinned, so you can check it out there as well. And yeah, there's a lot of cards here, so yeah, it's a lot of fun. This is pool 2 here. This is 222 to 450. It's less cards because you're getting them less frequently. They're like every 10 levels or so, I think, 10 or 12 levels. So you're getting them less frequently, but they're a lot more powerful than your pool 1 cards. And then there's pool 3, which is 462 and above. And there's quite a few more. So I guess it keeps going until you get them all unlocked. So there's a lot of cards to use, and you'll get to experience this as you play more. And honestly, there's so much here that this is a lot of fun, and you should definitely play this. So I just wanted to raise this part really quick. And before we get into some gameplay really quick, I want to talk about 2 really popular decks that people are using, especially in the early game right now. And that's the On Reveal deck and the Ongoing deck. You can kind of filter some of these cards here, and if you're looking for specific cards that have common abilities, you can check it out here. There's On Reveal, Ongoing, No Ability, Discard, Move, and Destroy. These are Discard, Move, and Destroy are a little bit more advanced play, I think, and if you want to use it well, then you kind of need to have pool 2 cards, although not necessarily. But I would recommend this On Reveal deck. It involves using, not everything is On Reveal, but these are just some cards that I like using myself. So Nightcrawler and Uatu the Watcher. This is really important when we talk about locations in-game. We'll get to that as well after this. Rocket Raccoon, which is On Reveal, and he gets more powerful if you play it at the same spot somebody else plays a card. Forge, Mr. Sinister. This is a really good combination here that kind of makes the clone a little bit stronger, and then he splits, and that clone is strong too. Star-Lord, Ironheart, White Tiger, and Odin. So this deck specifically revolves around White Tiger and Odin, because Odin, at the very end, when you place him down, activate the on-reveal abilities of your other cards at this location again. So cards like White Tiger that creates a 7 power Tiger can do it again, and then Ironheart that gives power to friendly cards, you can do that again. So if you have Ironheart, White Tiger, and Odin in the same location, it just goes nuts. So that's just one card. Wolfsbane's also pretty good as well, plus 2 power for each other card you have here. Some of these are fillers, but I do like these cards more generally. Some of them are, the backbone though really is Odin, White Tiger, and Ironheart. Now, I do want to talk about my Ongoing deck. This is also another popular one that you might have seen. And the backbone for this is Spectrum. So on Reveal, give your Ongoing cards plus 2 power. You kind of play that at the end, or when you can, I guess. And all the cards in here typically, other than I also love having Uatu, so I know that some people don't, but I do like playing with them, and I'll show you why later, when it gives a heads up on the locations that you get to see is really important for possibly, you know, winning a little bit easier. So all of these cards, Blue Marvel especially, is another really strong Ongoing card, plus 1 power to all of your played cards, and so Spectrum's going to buff him for another plus 2, including all of these other cards that have Ongoing abilities. So if you have Spectrum on the field, then they're all going to get plus 2. So Spectrum, Blue Marvel, and then really just any... Mr. Fantastic is a very common early game card. Adjacent locations have plus 2 power, so you play him in the middle, and he gives the other ones plus 2. So all of these cards here, there's some others as well, but these are some of my favorites. If you have any of them, then do include them in your deck. Ant-Man's also another very easy early unlock, I believe. So if you do get him, then make sure to use him as well. It's pretty good. So let's get to some actual gameplay though. And it wouldn't be Marvel Snap without talking about the locations in this game. Now you can see some of them on the screen here, and this is part of the reason why I like playing Uatu the Watcher, because you gotta get a heads up on some of the things that are coming up. That bar with no name, for example, you know, the least power wins here, so you don't really want to play here, and it's so important that if you can get a heads up on knowing what's coming up, then you can get an advantage to your gameplay. So really, really important. That's why I like playing them, even in any deck, really. And it makes a significant amount of difference, because every location has its own little niche, I guess, or has its own little thing, right? I mean, for lack of better words. There are so many locations in Marvel Snap that this makes a huge deal when you're using certain cards. You know, it depends on your deck. Obviously, certain decks will synergize better with certain locations than others, but this is what keeps the game really, really fresh, because every match is going to be different because you're going to get a whole different slate of locations. And that's honestly half the fun, in my opinion, for Marvel Snap. And I just love it. There's every couple of days, there's a few featured locations as well. And you can see, obviously, after you win a match, you get boosters for a random card that's in your deck. In this case, I was using a Okoye. And so you can see that you can level up there. And then I go from the basic, like I talked about earlier, going to that uncommon stage for 25 points, or 25 credits for one level, and then going from there. Now you can go from 20, obviously the next one is 100 credits for 2 levels, but I would try to get at least that for every card. Now, of course, the snap mechanic, that's what the whole game is about, right? The snaps. And you can see it with the cosmic cubes here on the sort of the top of the screen here. And that's really important because once you do, that kind of determines sort of how much the match is going to be worth and whether or not you're actually going to win or not and get those points. So in this instance here in the match that I played, I ended up winning. That's great. So I went home with 4 cosmic cubes towards my season rank. That's what it goes towards. You can see on the screen here, level 48, and I got that and more boosters for Okoye. However, this can really go the other way. So if you're not careful and you snap, you think you're going to win, and you don't win, this is a little bit of a problem, right? Because you can see on the screen here, this match was worth 8 cubes. So that's a lot. If they both snap, if you snap and they snap, and you lose like I just did, then you're going to be down the whole 8 cosmic cubes. And then it's kind of a bit of a grind in that sense that you can go up and down, depending on your win-to-loss ratio. So it's really important about that. Now, I do also want to draw your guys' attention to this really important resource online. It's called marvelsnap.io. Now, I know a lot of mobile games have their own little database website, and that's basically what this is. There's some really great stuff in here, including you can actually check all of the cards that are in the game right now. You can also take a look at other decks that people have made. So if you go to decks at the top here and you click on most popular, you can kind of scroll through different variations, and they have like ratings or how many times it's been viewed, when it was posted, that sort of thing. So if you need new ideas for other decks, then you should check this out. Do keep in mind though that of course some of these decks do have pool 1, 2, and 3 cards in here, so you might want to double check what's in there. So if you do take a look at this really popular Sun and Moon, there's definitely cards in here that I don't have. There's the Collector. Actually, a lot of this is Collector is pool 2. Other than that, this is a pretty pool 1, deck here. So I guess it's a bit of a destroy deck here because you have Carnage and Nova and Devil Dinosaur and Moon Girl for getting more cards, Deathlock. So anyways, it's not really that important, but I do want to just let you guys know about this resource. And the reason why I also want to bring it up is because of the card database. So we talked a little bit about locations. There are just so many locations in Marvel Snap, and I think that's what keeps me coming back more and more to play this game, because you can see here, I think there's 77 in total. There's tons. Some of them I still haven't seen actually, which is crazy. So there's so many: Asgard, Atlantis, Central Park. Kind of hate that for my current deck actually, which just throws squirrels everywhere. There's just so many. Some of my favorites: Cloning Vats. Daily Bugle is a new one from this recent patch. Elysium, cards cost 1 less. This is crazy. Ego, he starts playing your cards for you. This is bonkers and almost never goes your way. And there's just so many. You can scroll here, and I think I've played most of them at least once. I think Clintar was changed to Necrotia. Yeah, some of them had their names changed a little bit from the global launch, but I think I have seen all of them at least once. But there are so many of them, and they keep giving us more and more, because they gave us some new ones. I believe 4 new ones from global launch. So it'll be very interesting to see how this develops going forward and what kind of impact it's going to have on the gameplay. But so far, I am very impressed with the variety, and I think that's what really keeps me coming back for more playing other games. I'm not going to lie. There's times like I'm in bed and I'm just playing round after round after round because I should put my phone down, but instead I'm playing another game. So just wanted to share this with you really quick. And that is everything with Marvel Snap here today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm looking forward to covering more topics of Marvel Snap, especially deck building videos where we take a look and kind of deep dive onto different decks, especially Pool 1 decks for beginners, but also as we expand into Pool 2, or as I expand into Pool 2, and we get to see more cards, I see more cards, and kind of get more experience with playing the game. I'm having a lot of fun so far. Honestly, I stay up late at night playing Marvel Snap because despite I don't want to say repetitious nature, but actually because of so many different locations, it's always a different match every single time. And I'm really enjoying it so far, and I'm looking to see how things kind of go in the future as well with this game. So if you like this, definitely hit the like and subscribe button for this, and let me know in the comments down below also what kind of other Marvel Snap content that you'd like to see from me in the future. I think I'd like to have maybe at least 2 or 3 per week as I cover Marvel Strike Force as well, and I still continue to do that. I think I will probably still do it on this main channel though, so do keep up to date with all that here on the Boilon channel. So that's everything, and until next time everyone, stay safe and healthy, and I'll see you all later. Boilon, snapping out.